It is fantastic to be here for the ribbon cutting of this building, and also to be here at College Park's very own Innovation Park at M Square with you, Dr. Lowe, and to be here with Rashawn Baker, our dynamic county executive for Prince George's County. I want you to give him a round of applause. Rashawn is one of the rising stars of local government leaders who look at how they can work with the day-to-day needs of their constituents, but make sure their county, their local government, is ready for the future. Rashawn is here to say Prince George's County is part of a high-tech county, and I'm joining with him because we are in a county that has 22 federal agencies in it that range from this dynamic weather and climate centers of prediction. Across the street is IARPA, the Intelligence Advanced Research, doing new ideas in the field of intelligence to save our lives, protect our troops, and stop other wars from happening. We're where it's happening, and it's in Prince George's. When we think of Maryland, we often think of other geographic areas as being high-tech hotspots, and they are. Certainly Baltimore with Hopkins and the University of Maryland and all that goes on in its great academic centers of excellence and private sector. Certainly Montgomery County with its turbo reputation in life sciences. But think about Prince George's County, think about College Park, and you think about a high-tech future from Goddard Space Agency to IARPA, to Beltsville Agricultural Lab, and of course, to the dynamic Center on Weather Prediction and Climate Prediction. Let's hear a hats off for a high-tech hotspot in Prince George's. But what a great day. My God, we've survived budgets, bankruptcies, and bureaucracies, and Lord knows what else. It was 1999 that I knew what a difficult shape that Camp Springs was in. And it was in 2005 that I visited Camp Springs and saw what the enormous challenges were for visiting, for our weather people to do the kind of job that they're doing. This is why today I'm so excited to be here with our Secretary of Commerce, Rebecca Blank, Dr. Lubchenco from NOAA, and of course, and Dr. Lowe and other dignitaries. But I want to single out Dr. Lucelny. I get so excited I mess up the name. You know why? When you watch the Weather Channel, you know, people think the weather comes from the Weather Channel. But when they see Cantori in his muscle shirt, in 197 million hours of wind, they think he's the weather guy. You and I know it's Dr. Louie in his suit, his button-down shirt, but certainly not a button-down attitude. And I will take you over Cantori any day in the world. The other girls might go for Cantori, but this appropriator goes for Louie. So let's hear. But really, it's for all of the wonderful men and women who work in weather at NOAA. And we could go agency after agency, program by program. But for the professional staff, the managerial staff, the men and women who belong to the union, you know, we're all on the same side, saving lives, saving livelihoods, and even really saving the planet. I am so proud of NOAA and the Weather Service and its world-class employees, how through dedication, a highly skilled workforce, using the best of technology and mathematical models, really are making predictions that are so determinative. Because the world depends upon the weather. Our country depends upon the weather. Communities depend upon the weather. Our troops have to know what the weather is over there in Afghanistan and Kabul to be able to protect themselves. We need to know the weather to protect ourselves in the global economy, whether it's airplanes in the air or ships at sea. They need to know the weather. And then in our own communities, we know that weather can cost lives and can cost money. So when we think about weather, think about what it means. An accurate prediction on a hurricane, both the time that it's going to arrive and where it's going to hit when, can save as much as $1 million a mile in terms of accuracy of prediction. Too early of an eviction during an evacuation during a hurricane can be disastrous. Too late can be catastrophic. And when we think about people like Rushern and Ike Leggett, Governor O'Malley, struggling with budgets, when they hear the word snow prediction, as little children are doing somersaults all over the state, their stomachs are tied up in knots. Can they get the right equipment out at the right time? Because often it's overtime, double time to be able to meet these challenges. The right predictions enable that they're on the job where they need to be, but they're on budget at where they hope to be. This is what weather counts on. We've had more freaky damn weather in the last couple of years. I am now ready to shelter in place, not so much from a terrorist attack, but a snowmageddon. And I'm ready. I have my protein bars, I have my hurricane lamp, but most of all, I have my NOAA Weather Channel, and I'm ever ready. So friends, here we are. We're now going to dedicate this fantastic building, or cut the ribbon. Camp Springs was a wonderful building for its time, but it was out of date and it became even dangerous. The fact that its electrical utilities could not take the new equipment that we needed to bring in to make the right predictions at the right time. Even the water supply, our own employees couldn't drink the water. But most of all, we were scattered. We could not maintain the high level of services that they themselves set for themselves in that building. And that's why we went to work so hard and worked so hard. And in speaking now for Senator Cardin, Paul Sarbanes before me, Steny Hoyer, whose district we're in, Dinah Edwards, who's on the Sci-Tech committee in the House, we were Team Maryland. Down the road, they've got the Terps. But in Congress, they've got Cardin, Mikulski, Hoyer, Edwards. And I'm telling you, we're one hell of a team, and we know how to make these three-point shots. So we worked hard so that the weather people could be the weather people. Our job is to work hard so you have the right resources, the right technology, and the right facilities so you get to be you, all that brought you to government service, all the things that you want to do to be able to help our community and our country. It's our job to help you be you, and yet at the same time have a sense of a more frugal government. So we worked very hard for this building, and we know that it's going to be a high-tech facility. You'll hear more about the greatness of the building itself, the fact that it meets environmental criteria over and above what is often required, and it is the state of the art. But for me, it's not only the building that's great, but it's going to be what goes on inside the building. And so for the 800 people and the 3,200 people at NOAA, I just want to say that Cardin and Mikulski, Hoyer and Edwards, that most of the delegation really want to make sure that we have no sequester, that we don't fall over a fiscal cliff, that we really work hard to solve the nation's problems while you give us the nation's weather. And let's hope ours is a sunny day and we avoid some of those stormy weathers. And I'll be God, and I hope the elections don't bring an earthquake. And with that, I think I've said enough. May the force be with us.